Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome, 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 wherever it is that you're tuning in from. Glad that you could be here for this very special New Year's Day channeling. So, where do we begin? Well, tonight we're going to be visited by two spirit guides. It sounds like a Christmas carol. Tonight you should be visited by three spirits. Well, I guess three for you guys tonight because I'm one of them. And whoever you've got hanging around you in spirit, wherever it is that you are, cozy up and maybe you want to dim the lights or grab a blanket or turn off any other distractions. Get out your crystal and drop in with me. I have been channeling on January 1st for, I'd say, the last 17 years. This has been a tradition. And though this is one of the few live streams that I do on January 1st, it has been going on for all those years because this is a time that we've made this circle around the sun that the guides have always directed me in my own meditations to do a channeling on January 1st because they want to talk to you guys. They want you to hear them and feel their vibration. The spirit guides have been such a deep, mysterious truth in my life. And I say that a mysterious and truth together, right? Because those two words don't usually go together. But maybe it's magical truth is a better word, a term to use, because I have felt their wisdom, their energy, their insight, their presence around me and other people for so long. And at the same time, there's always more to learn. There's always more that I discover through my own questions to the guides. And I think that as you are exploring channeling and watching me, and maybe you watch other channelers as well, understand that this is actually kind of a technology, that it's an ability, it's a talent or a technology at the same time, meaning that channeling itself is the ability to hear frequencies. The spirit guides speak in a type of frequency that is not heard with the human ear. It's almost like you hear it with the third ear. You know, we say the third eye. You see things with a spiritual eye that your physical eyes can't see. I like to say that with channeling, it's my third ear. And when I am hearing them, I also bring myself into a state of deep relaxation, which is the trance state. That state is a very calm state of mind. It's almost like I'm letting go of the wheel, the steering wheel, or you might say I'm not even in the car anymore. I'm just completely letting go and allowing the guides to take over my body and use my voice box in the way that they see fit, in the way that works for me. I always like to say to people that, you know, sometimes people will ask a question, well, can't the spirit guide speak any language? And I say, yeah, they can, but I can't. And so they're using my tongue and whatever it's used to speaking. So I speak, really only two languages, English and Hindi, and they've channeled in both. And I've asked Red Eagle, who you'll be hearing from tonight, why is that? And he said, well, you can't drive a Toyota like it's a Ferrari. Toyota can only go up to a certain speed. So I was like, oh, is he calling me a Toyota? I thought I was a Ferrari. So anyway, jokes aside, thank you for being here and Happy New Year. Blessed New Year to all of you. I'm here in our podcast studio. If you haven't been watching or don't know, Oriah and I have a really fun, informative, often hilarious podcast where we dive into all topics that are metaphysical. And so the show is called Metamystic. We do even reaction videos on our favorite paranormal shows, and I do live readings on Sunday nights. So join us. And without further ado, let us begin. The two guides that I'll be channeling tonight are my two teachers, who are Phineas and Red Eagle. Both have had many lifetimes on planet Earth, as well as I think other planets as well. And in one of those lives, they were Red Eagle and one was Phineas. But like me and like you, they have been different identities, right? And we don't come back looking the same way with the same demographic, you might say. So Phineas, I like to call him the philosopher, even though they both are, excuse me, I call Phineas the professor, and Red Eagle is the wise philosopher and warrior. But they both share this very deep and penetrating energy that comes through. And even though oftentimes I used to think channeling was something that should only be done live and in person, what I've discovered is that my guides have my back and their energy goes right through the camera and goes to where you are. So not only are you listening to their words, but you are getting an energy transmission that transcends time and space. It doesn't matter how far away you are from where I am physically. The spirit guides are in direct contact with you and your guides at all times. So I'll start us off with a meditation as I do it at my Circle of Light. So you've been to the Circle of Light, you know how this goes. And if you're joining me for the first time, welcome. We start off with a meditation to kind of drop in and connect us. You can join me. I suggest that you do. I encourage you to, because this is a circuit of energy that goes from where I am to you instantaneously. So drop in, and then I'm going to kind of nod out. You see my head go down, my eyes close, and then it'll come up, and Phineas will start talking, and he'll give his message, and then Red Eagle will come after him. And at the end, Red Eagle will lead us in kind of a cool down energy blessing meditation, energy healing, and then I'll come back in the body and I'll say good night. All right, everyone. Here we go. Take your hands, palms facing upwards, place them on your lap or by your sides, and drop your shoulders. And you don't need to look at the screen. You can if you want, but I would say close your eyes and just tune into my voice. At the count of 3, we're going to take a deep breath in through our nose, send the air deep down into your heart. Okay? And once you do that, try to imagine that air as light spreading through your body. As you're holding that breath, you're going to relax and then blow it out through your mouth. We're going to do that twice, okay? Then I'll say the blessing. All right, relax yourself, close your eyes, drop your shoulders. 1, 2, breathe in. Hold the breath. Relax your shoulders, relax your chest, and do a... Breathe in again through your nose now. Slower though, everyone. Much slower. Keep breathing. Hold the breath. No tension in your body. Relax your face. Don't strain. And gently blow it out. Releasing all that tension. Bowing your head forward to open up the back of your spine. Imagine it like an open, hollow straw from the base of your skull to the tip of your spine. Imagine breathing in through that spine. Breathe through the spine like a straw, filling it with light, sending branches of cool energy throughout your body, relaxing your forehead, your cheekbones, your jaw, your teeth, your face, your throat, your collarbone, your ears, your scalp, your fingers, your toes, everywhere, front to back. Bring your awareness now to the point between your eyebrows. This is our third eye, our portal to our higher self, to our intuitive self. And imagine a beautiful ball of light expanding in concentric circles, spiraling and opening up. Imagine that your eyebrows are being pushed aside like it's opening, filled with a beautiful light in the cosmos. Now this light is bigger and brighter, expanding all around you in every direction. This light is maybe 2 to 3 feet around you, front to back, side to side, all around you. I want you to imagine this light expanding so big that it's bigger than your home. Picture that in your mind. Bigger than your city. Picture that in your mind. And now go out to outer space and see the entire planet surrounded with that sphere, that circle of light that you just created. And allow yourself to send all that light and love to planet Earth. Look at that. That's how much love you have inside of you. Like that, you can do it. And boy, do we need it, right? Okay, hold the light there. Relax your shoulders. No tension. Close your eyes as I say this blessing. And after I'm done, you can open your eyes and relax. And I will say goodbye and they will say hello. Great Spirit of Love, thank you for uniting us at this moment where all points of time and space intersect in the endless reality we call now. We send love to all beings and peace to all beings everywhere in every timeline and every dimension. Our ancestors in this lifetime and in every lifetime. Our descendants born or unborn from this lifetime or any lifetime. And our spirit guides who walk with us, perceived or not yet perceived, we thank you. Let that light get very, very big and bright and let go. And I'm going to do an Om, and you can just feel the resonance of that. And after that, I'll see you later. Om. I'm Phineas, and I greet you in this anniversary of your journey, your revolution around the sun, the revolution of the one inside of you, the evolution of all that are one. We are not separate from you. We do not say we never have been, for that is, in your terms, a sense of linear time. Your word forever is what reality is. Forever meaning eternalness. You consider yourselves as spiritual beings having a human experience, though you would be far better off considering yourselves spiritual beings having a spiritual experience. For the word human has been dragged through the mud. I am only human, therefore I err, or I have failings. But you do not fail. You have never failed. Perhaps you have not gotten what you desired with your original intention of a certain thought, idea, or task, but you have not failed in the universal sense, in the sense of oneness, you see. For there are no mistakes, nor errors, though you may find in your supposed rational thinking that due to unpleasant occurrences, there is that which should be and that which should not be. And this is the dilemma that you suffer from. It is entwined with praise and blame, for you praise that which you feel to be good, and that which you feel to be unpleasant and bad in the biblical or religious sense or moral sense, and that is not divine. You have slogans such as, "Every cloud has a silver lining," though it is the cloud that feeds you through its rain and brings you water for your thirst. The clouds have a purpose. Lightning has a purpose. Earthquakes have a purpose. The climate inside of you can tell you many things about your true inner environment, and that is what you think of things, how you see that earth quaking inside of you, those thunderstorms in your mind, the turbulence in your heart, the desert, and all that you consider to be natural occurrences, that which you see in nature, mirroring that which you experience in your own inner world, your inner climate. You consider yourselves instinctual beings, though you are far more conceptual beings than instinctual. You see, Your instincts, they are at best suspect now, for much of what you feel is based upon the recorded reactions and feelings of the past. This undoing of the recording you call breaking a pattern, reprogramming yourself. If you feel you have been programmed, you feel if it was against your will, then it is bad. But if you program yourself, it is good. You program yourself to maintain perhaps a certain diet for your body. You program yourself to sleep at certain times. Oh yes. Even your sleep patterns are not instinctual, are they? You fight your instincts. When you are quite young, well into your teenage years, your physical bodies need more sleep. Clearly, for teenagers and adolescents like to sleep very late. They are not at their fullest awareness and vitality early in the morning, and yet you have created systems to keep them awake. You have then forced them to learn complicated theories in their programming at school, be it math or sciences. You do not start your day with the stretching of the body, the voice, meditation or breathing, though the body has been asleep and needs to be awakened, and though the mind has been traveling, the soul traveling in the astral planes of the dreamscape. Are these words foreign to you? Astral travel, dreamscape, dimensions, realities. Aren't they a part of your instinct? Weren't they? Your ancestors believed in such things, no matter what your background is now. All of you in tribes, all of you more connected to nature before. And so, while animals, the ones who are your friends, and not all of them are they? They are instinctual. They are not conceptual beings. They will repeat that instinctive behavior. And that is why some of them you can live with and some you cannot. Some wish to have a certain pack relationship with you, your dogs, your cats, and a few others. But you're not going to keep a rhinoceros as a pet. Not for very long. They are meant to be where they are. And so, you, as a conceptual being, rely on what you call your feelings. And why do we say what you call your feelings? Aren't they feelings? You have them from the morning to the night. You say you feel angry or sad, anxious or peaceful. Yet these are, as we have shared with you, not really emotions. And let us pause here. For as you are stepping into this new year, and indeed it is a new year, isn't it? For you have all agreed upon it. You see, the agreements of a mass consciousness of people create a reality. And that reality can be felt. You see, you have created time in the increments that you experience, such as the day, the week, the month. You believe that there is a 24-hour period of day because you have observed nature, the rising and setting of the sun, and so, in accordance with that, you have created the day. Though, you could have said, when the sun rises twice and sets twice, that would be one day. That was up to you. Think about it. You decide what is a day, and then you all have agreed upon it. And so as your planet is spinning and tilting, revolving and flying at several thousand miles an hour, and you are going around your sun in an elliptical path, do you feel you are going in circles? Is the planet exactly in the same place as it was a year ago? Physically. Think about it. Your planet floating in space, flying through space. Is it simply on a track? And so in the exact same spot, on January 1st, at a certain time, you have made a revolution. And yet, the word revolution in social terms means something entirely different, doesn't it? When the forces that be are not listening to the mass consciousness and the majority of emotions, then a revolution happens. That is what happens in governments and empires. The masses feel a certain way, and so they revolt. They make a revolution. They are not in the same place that they were. And so, by the same definition, though it may seem that physically your planet is on an elliptical path, in exactly the same track as it was, you are all moving and expanding, and it's beyond your capability currently through your technology to see this. And so, through this transmission of oral history, that was also amongst your ancestors a way of connecting, as you call channeling. You may put this information in your pocket, perhaps to use at a future date, when perhaps what these transmissions that have come from, as you call us, your spirit guides, as they are revealed to be true to you. What does it mean to be revealed to be true to you? That means, in your current society, that if a technology can prove that something is real, then it is real. And those who believe do not need that, do they? For there are many in religions who do not need to see a birth certificate of their prophets. They do not need to see videos of whether they existed or not. They believe, and so their reality, as they experience it emotionally, is based upon their belief. And then there are those who say that, well, seeing is believing. And we may say to you that believing is seeing. When you believe, you shall see. Perhaps that is the definition of those who consider faith to be their reality. That when they believe, they see it. Others who consider themselves scientific-minded believe that when they see it consistently over and over again, then it shall be real to them. Why are we discussing such things? In the first 24 hours of your new journey, it is because many of you have grown tired, that the weight of opinions, modalities, techniques, and philosophies, and whom to trust or to believe, has become quite heavy on you. When you are in your surrendered state of oneness, it means that you will have a certain sense of peace as you are experiencing what in the past you referred to as chaos, roller coasters, good things and bad things, tragedies, disasters. Though an earthquake or volcano is not a disaster for the earth, it is perhaps for those who are in the way of it. Are these natural disasters or are they human disasters? Is a volcano erupting a disaster for nature? Perhaps for some roses that are being run over by lava, and yet the lava itself shall nurture the soil and rejuvenate it and bring more fertility to the land. That is the principle of the volcano, isn't it? Perhaps that is why the earth and nature herself is wise. For at the bottom of the volcano, and perhaps far deep into the earth, that which must come out must come out. You have experienced growth and learning through many explosions, earthquakes, thunderstorms, lightning storms, all sorts of things within your inner world. And from those internal disasters or emotional traumas in your life, you feel that you have grown, and you have. That is a constant, you see. Even when you think you are not growing or expanding, you are. And this is a very challenging concept. And since you are conceptual beings, that is why you are so drawn to this. You have heard that everything is for you. You have heard that the universe has a reason for everything. Some of you are still waiting for that reason to be shown. You are no longer, at times, interested or excited by the idea that there is a great teaching to be learned here. You simply want the reward. You wish to feel good. You wish for the vitality in every area of your life. Perhaps there needs some clarity here about your purpose. Many of you continue to wonder what your purpose is. And though great teachers, sages, and philosophers, and gurus, and psychics, and intuitives have told you, and the shamans have told you, that your purpose is to be in the love that you are, and to discover magic in all experiences, to be happy. Has that lost its special energy for you? Are you not excited by that? Or are you tired and searching for a better answer? And so you will drift from teacher to teacher, waiting to hear something that moves you. Oh, and you have been listening a long time, haven't you? Whether it was your teachers in school or your parents or books that you read, or seminars, or workshops, or talks, or religions and philosophies. Were they a waste? Are you more confused than ever? No. For now, what is occurring is that you are sensing something, you are sniffing something, smelling it. It is in the air, isn't it? Indeed it is. There is an evolution happening inside of you, all of you. Those who care to see this shall see it. Those who believe in these philosophies shall see it, and that is why believing is seeing. You must hear melodies in your mind before you can sing them. There is a hearing of them before they are breathed into the 3D reality. The idea, the creation, is a concept, and then it is a reality. Isn't it? Look around you at this moment. The technology that you are experiencing this channeling, the clothes upon your back, the chair that you sit on, the surroundings, the floor, the ceiling, and everything in it was a concept by someone. Perhaps even you are a concept seen by someone. You are an idea, an intellectual energy, and the entire universe is that. And so that shows that you are conceptual beings, not instinctual. You are not slaves to your instincts. You have the capacity to be aware of them. You have a certain control over your instincts. And that is what separates you from the kingdom of the animals. They are there in all of their glory to be in that instinctual existence. When you are in your mode of survival, you are, in a sense, instinctual. You wish to place food upon the table. You wish to protect your heart. You are trying to, through your armor, perhaps even physical armor. Some wish to become very strong in their musculature, or perhaps to gain weight to protect themselves inside. Some wish to have a very large home or vehicle. Some see beyond physical manifestations of protection. They are not all that. You may simply want to have a larger vehicle or home, but you are understanding our intention with this. And so when you conceive of it, it becomes real, doesn't it? What happens when masses of consciousness begin to think the same way? For you have always been interested in why do things occur on the global scale, the global level. The reality created by mass consciousness is a very vital topic, and perhaps as the evolution continues in your societies, it will become part of your spiritual curriculum, that will become part of your education. Does mass consciousness affect physical reality? Indeed it does. If you enter into a room, and this would be a very simple example, if you were to enter into a room, and everyone in the room was told to send you bad vibrations, you, being a somewhat sensitive person, would experience it. You would say the vibration in this room is all wrong. The vibes are not high vibrational, and so I must leave. These people are haters. These people are sending me energy. Now, if you were to let it, and to sit in it, and believe it, and suffer from it, and have a victim mentality to it, well, all sorts of things could happen, couldn't they? You could have a panic attack. Your blood pressure could drop or rise. Your heartbeat could slow down or speed up. You could break out in hives. You could have tension in the body, perhaps freeze up. Your breathing could be hampered. You could become very self-conscious and trip and fall and hurt yourself. You see, all of these things can manifest. This is a simple example of how reality can be created if you are uncomfortable with your perception of things. And so how do you, in your new year, protect yourself energetically? Aren't you tired? Let us begin there. Aren't you tired of having to constantly protect yourself? And that is because you feel it is a dangerous world. And perhaps you have evidence of that from wars, attacks from all sides, crime where you live, crime where you do not live, imagined scenarios, experienced past scenarios. And all of this weighs heavily upon you. It takes up a good deal of real estate in your mind. It uses up energy. As your computers and phones have systems where the energy is distributed, it is assigned to various tasks in the computer. From the brightness of the screen to the volume, to the scanning happening in the screen itself, to all sorts of processes. Your mind is similar. Is that survival instinct? Or is that superfluous? Is that perhaps, in a classically defined sense, a perverted sense of true safety, of awareness, of looking after yourself? Much of your energy has been used in that capacity. Follow very closely here, for what we are sharing with you at this moment is the mirroring or the parallel reality between yourself, which is the microcosm, and the world around you as the macrocosm. That which is above, so shall be below. That sort of thing. The idea of inside and outside. You very strongly believe that what you feel inside is not part of what is outside, and that there is an inner you. There is your world, and then there is the outer reality. And that perhaps keeps you safe, or so you think, for you are still having trouble with this idea of feeling safe. So let us take a deep breath here. Do it now where you are. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Can you do it? Do not worry if we are telling you to do something. If breathing deeply pleases you, then we encourage you to do it. Your breath is affected by your emotional state, is it not? Wouldn't it be safe to say that the entire mass consciousness, in the way that it breathes, also creates a pulse, a feeling, a state of wellness or dis-ease, emotionally, politically, spiritually, together as one, since you do believe in oneness, don't you? Do you believe that oneness must be achieved, or that oneness is a reality? Which do you believe? Is oneness part of God as you see her, or him, or it? Is God itself, herself, himself, themselves, oneness? And if God is all and all times, then isn't oneness a reality, rather than something that you are striving for? You see, you have been distracted by the ideas that if someone disagrees with you, that there is no oneness, because you wish for oneness to feel that there is total peace on earth. Total peace on earth, perhaps, is a bit different than the acceptance of oneness, the acceptance that oneness is all there is. Oneness is not when others think like you. What would that be then? Let us say that they think like you. You are wishing to convince another person or group of people to think like you. And let us say you accomplish that goal. What a miracle that would be. And so the other group then now thinks like you. And now you are living as what you call harmoniously together. But you see, harmony is a combination of two different melodies. Two different melodies, not the same. Different frequencies, different vibrations, different notes. That is what harmony is. And so, they begin to think like you. And let us say, after a certain period of time, as they are thinking like you begin to change your mind. And you have found another way to be. Because, after all, you are expansive, intellectual, creative, conceptual beings that cannot and refuses to be stagnant in the growth of yourself. And so you begin to think differently, and you begin to see that perhaps the way you saw it before is not where you are anymore. And now the group that you convinced to be with you is wondering why the change. Will you then now try to convince them to be in your new philosophy, or are you very certain that your philosophy shall never, ever, ever change? And that your way is right. And you will find great evidence, and you will say, well, this is the bottom line. I believe in this, and if they are not doing that, then they are wrong. And much of your evidence will convince others who are leaning toward your way of thinking anyway. You may not win many new followers. You may win some. But let us return to your quest, which is to get everyone to treat you right, stay out of your way, talk to you nicely, be everything that you need them to be. Or perhaps you say, well, as long as they do not bother me. Well, you have your list of what would bother you, don't you? Perhaps to touch you on the shoulder would not bother you, but perhaps to push you on the shoulder will. So you have your limits, don't you? They are very defined, and what bothers you? You say, I simply want to be comfortable. I wish in 2024 for my purpose to be revealed to me, though we have told you again and again, and others have told you again and again, that your purpose is to be happy. But you are bored of that. You need certain things and conditions to be happy. Or you say, I wish for unconditional happiness. I simply want to be unconditionally happy. What is stopping you? Conditions. Ah. How long will you wait for your freedom? When you are no longer physically here, when you die, is that when you shall be free? Some believe so. Do you? It might be a very good time on January 1st to be very clear with yourselves. Is that your only freedom? Either death or you get most of what you want. If you get most of what you want, or when you die, then you shall be free. Make your choice. Think of something better. It is within you. There is another way to be, and that is to choose your happiness. When you choose your happiness, what are you choosing? To feel good. Be very careful here, for the next several questions will find you right back in your conundrum and predicament that you need things to be a certain way for you to be happy. Even those who are in ill health, many of them have chosen happiness. You have been even related to some of them. You have known them personally. Perhaps you are one at this very moment who is not well in physical health. But your heart is open and strong. Your vulnerability is your power. And your gratitude is your blessing and your purpose. You see, you have collapsed, getting what you want when you want, as your ideas of happiness. This has not served you. It is not emotionally, spiritually, economically viable. Spiritually, economically viable. There is an economy to your spiritual well-being. That means that which you are wasting your precious energy on or not. You are very terrified to let go of what you call your dreams, because you feel that simply to choose happiness would then take the wind out of your sails. You must be passionate, fervent, a bit mad, and angry or sad, desperate to get what you want. And so you will become very clever and intellectual and learn all the strategies. How is that serving you? Even now you are getting exhausted. And that's what you experienced the last several years. In your system of numerology, the year of 2024 is considered the year of the number 8. And if you were to picture the number 8 in your mind, you would see that it is similar to the strand of DNA, that it is the connection of heaven and earth, the material and the spiritual. It is not by luck that you have come to this state of your evolution personally. These years are considered seasons. There are certain things that you get in the winter, the fall, the summer, the spring, and the transitional seasons in between the winter and the spring. There are gifts at all times from nature. And so, this is a season that you are calling 2024. And though the earth is much, 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 much older than that, remember, 2024 is an agreement, and earlier we said that your mass consciousness agreements of what is time creates reality. So you have all created 2024, and you have discovered the magic of numbers spiritually, and the number 8 is one of spiritual and physical manifestation, heaven and earth combined, the circuitous flow of life in the strand of DNA and your identity, and you may now begin to surrender to that. This year called 2024 is a perfect season for you to reap that harvest. And you may do it now, you see. You do not need to get up and run out for it. It is not out there outside this room. It is here where you are. And in a moment, it'll be here where you are. And after this broadcast, it will be there where you are, which you will call here where I am. And it is in this space that you shall breathe. And you shall feel that you are not alone, but you are all one. And that is the root of that word, alone. 2 words, all and one. Very big difference between all one and alone. Your instincts, programmed by traumas, make you feel that you are alone. But the divine, glorious, conceptual being that you are will have you know that you are all one. Bless you.
Hey, well, hello. I'm ready to go. So you make the circle around the sun. Look at the tree. You cut the tree down. What do you see in the bark of the tree? The rings are round. Every circle is 1 year. That is how you count the year, the age of the tree, is it not? The circle. The planet going around the sun. Also, that circle. It is there, imprinted upon the tree. It is the music of the spheres. You ever hear of that? Your eyes round like the planets, like the cells, like the stars, like the womb. You'll come full circle. It is important. Some will say it is just another day. Just another day, huh? Is that what you think? You sure you're talking about God's day? If you even have a God, whatever your God is. You believe that the moments are to be thrown away, they are ordinary, does not matter if it is a Monday or a Tuesday, does not matter if it is this year or that year, it is always the same. Why have you lost your excitement, your magic? So what if it is 2024? I feel the same as I did yesterday. Who is it up to feel different? You celebrate by directing your intentions. If it is a loved one's birthday tomorrow, won't you set an intention? I'm going to make it good for them. I will give them a present, buy them a cake, tell them I love them. And perhaps during that birthday of a loved one, you will drop into your heart and you will say, I am so grateful they are here. This birthday gives me an opportunity to be grateful for them. Your celebrations, your traditions, your holy days, that which is holy to you, holidays, they are important. And any excuse To have more gratitude for life, for yourself, for another, is good enough reason. Any excuse, make up holidays then. Why don't you? You do it when you have a relationship with someone. We have been together 1 week. It is a 1 month anniversary, 2.5 month anniversary. Why not? Many of you count the anniversaries of the loved ones that you have lost. Many of you have lost loved ones in the last year. We will tell you across the board, they are all doing well. You don't need to ask how they are doing. You can. It is a nice conversation you can have with a medium. Gets the ball rolling, huh? But in your heart, know that they are well. They are in the fullness of themselves. They are still learning too. They are healing, learning, growing, expanding without the kind of density that you feel in this planet, in this earth. This is a focus. This reality you call Earth, you call it a planet. It is the same word as plane, a plane of existence, a planet of existence. You are focused, your consciousness here. In a few hours when you go to sleep, your consciousness will be focused somewhere else. You will think that is real, the dream that you are having. Then you will come back here, you will believe this is real. Then one day you will die, then you will believe this was a dream and that was real. Then you will leave that reality, go somewhere else, maybe be born again and say, oh, that was not real, now this is real. So you're always wondering what to believe. Phineas told you you have started to wonder what to believe, who to believe, when to believe, how to believe. If you even want to believe, then you have to know. But you can't know because it is based upon the validity of the sources of information. So now you will question the sources of information. Then you have the teachers who tell you all the answers are inside of you. What does that mean, inside of you? Are they? Why don't you tell a little baby or a little kid who asks you how to do something, tell them, oh, why are you asking me? The answers are inside of you. Don't you need to teach them? Or you think that you came up with everything. You did not even learn how to turn on this device. Somebody had to teach you how to turn this device on. Somebody had to teach you how to put your clothes on, comb your hair, brush your teeth, have a house, have a life. You were taught every single thing that you know you were taught. So do not think it is just enough. The answers are inside of you. What they are trying to tell you is you have to do inner work. The answers are not inside of you because there is no inside or outside. It is a surrender. It is an expansion to your surrender and a surrender to your expansion. You expand and you surrender more. You surrender and you expand more. That is how you will have a fulfilling and meaningful experience as a being. So if you say it is just another day, it probably will be. Or maybe it is not just another day, but you are putting blinders on. And so your experience will not be the same as another person. What is going to happen this year? Are we going to be done with all the killing, Red Eagle? You're going to say that, aren't you? When will the fighting and the wars be done? What do you think creates them? Oh, I know what creates them. It is hatred. All right, what creates hatred? You think people are born hating? Oh, we have to teach them different. Oh, we? Who is we? You and who? And who you're going to teach? Those people who are doing something wrong. They think you're doing something wrong. But I am not doing anything wrong. They are doing something wrong. Well, let us go to them and ask them, hey, they said you are doing something wrong, not them. What do you have to say to that? What do you think they're going to say? So then you have to go to majority rules, don't you? That is what your laws are based on. That is what your whole political system is based on. All of you are on the roll. Oh, what do the majority think? Some of you will say the majority are dumb. So you in the minority. Do you believe the majority should rule the minority? No, we should all be equal. What do you mean by equal? You will have a list. We don't need to go into it. We are not here to get into the details for you. That will be your trap, to find some way that the teachings can be manipulated for you to be right again. We'll just ask you this question. If you believe that when you die, that on the other side you're going to be the same identity that you are, you think there is a religion on the other side? Oh, we will tell you right now, no religion. Enjoy your idea of religion here. There's only oneness. There are souls who have surrendered to oneness. They're on the other side. You will not be the background that you think you are right now, that you so powerfully identify with. You are so convinced you are this, you are that. You want to bond with others because of it. You have all been different ethnicities, different religions, different backgrounds, all of you. It is a logic. You are pure energy and intelligence. If you are pure energy and intelligence, how can you have an ethnicity? Take away the face and the skin color, and you are a soul. There will be no more ethnicity. Ethnicity is a physical thing. It happens in one particular lifetime, not another the same one. You may have a few. Let us say you're a certain ethnicity. You may do it a few times. But you may do another even more. And you, right now, may think, I don't like those people. You were them most likely before. Then you will say, glad I came to my senses, because you are full of answers, full of comebacks, full of clapbacks. How's that working for you? You at peace? You're joyful? You're not mad? How can I not be mad? Look at all the things to be angry about. You got a lot of them, don't you? You got a lot of things to be angry about in your own inner world, as you call it, and you got a lot of things to be angry about in your outer world. Do you have a lot of things to be joyful about? Inner and outer? Maybe inner you do. Oh, I got good friends, good family, glad I have, my health, but this world is crazy, I don't like it. I'm going to stay inside. Stay inside where? Notice you're still upset inside. If you want to be inside, you say, I just want to stay inside. Oh, you should be having the time of your life then. Because that is what you wanted, not have to deal with the world. Didn't you say everything is God? Or you don't believe that? You believe all the good things and neutral things, if there are. Maybe everything is neutral. You believe the good things are God, the bad things are not God. Some of you believe the bad things are God trying to punish some certain people and reward other people, and there is collateral damage. Sometimes God has to do bad things to certain people, and then there is collateral damage because those bad people that he is punishing did bad things to other people. So damage is done, but now they are getting punished, so now everything will be right. Will it? How much of your time this year are you going to be in the chaos, in the pain, and the deteriorating feeling that you're trying to survive in a chaotic, dangerous world? If you could just get what you want. Phineas just talked to you about that. Is that be happy, be free, be peaceful, see oneness, know that your feelings are your choice. Stop being so mad about things, understand that flow is always happening, and all of that you can have now, and then what you want to do with your life and your career and the relationship you want or don't want, that is separate. You have them all collapsed. You will not do one until you get the other. Hold your breath then. Throw the tantrum of 1,000 lifetimes. And that is why it feels like the days are going so fast and so slow. And that is why suddenly you wake up, you say, how did the 10 years just go? I was just 20, now I'm 30. I was just 30, now I'm 40. I was just 50, now I'm 60. How did it happen? How will you live a timeless existence? How will you live a fearless existence? Is it possible to live a fearless existence? Of course it is. Doesn't mean you're not going to die. This means you're not afraid of it. Oh, if I am not afraid of dying, then I will be careless. You don't need fear to keep you in alignment with a high vibration. You can use love. You can use gratitude. What would happen if you were on your highway in your hometown? Now, let's say there are 6 lanes in the highway, and one day somebody come in the middle of the night and erases all the dotted lines that create 6 different lanes on the highway. Picture it in your mind. Imagine all the accidents that are going to happen. Because you say, we need those lines. Don't they say, stay in your lane? You say that as a threat to somebody. Stay in your lane. How long do you think the accidents would keep happening? After a while, people's sense of spatial awareness would start to become better and better, and you would find you have the right amount of lanes again. Don't you think so? Of course it would be that way. You're adaptive beings too. You're intelligent beings. You have awarenesses. You are very resourceful. If the dotted lanes would disappear, you would eventually not have any problem on these highways. The same is about your fears. You have to have fears. You have to have these boundaries to keep you. If you're not afraid of death, how can you be healthy? If you're afraid of death, then you will eat healthier. Is that the only way? Is that the only reason? I have to be afraid of poverty, that way I can be rich. Are you afraid of love? Maybe you are. Is that affecting you having love in your life, or the quality of the love you already have in your relationship? So you see, fearless living can be. Because you will grow as you let go of those fears, and you don't have to have a certain fear to have a certain other thing move you forward. You don't need fear to always move you forward. You don't need anger to always move you forward. They can. If you're angry at injustice, it will move you forward. But the great peace leaders, first they were angry. They saw racism, prejudice. They saw unfair treated. So they're angry. Then they start a movement, but suddenly then they change. They start to become very peaceful, and they start talking about love. You will do much better this way. To no longer use fear and anger as something to propel you forward. They say, no pain, no gain. Why? Why do you have to have pain? You are already convinced it is a fact of life. You may argue this to the death. We're here to tell you, your evolution is where it is no more about no pain, no gain. It is when you have no awareness, then there will be no gain. More awareness, more gain. More peace, more gain. How do you know? Don't you want more peace in the world? You said, well, you were going to ask us, hey, Radical, when all the war is going to stop, when all the crime is going to stop. More peace, more gain. How do we get more peace? More love, more gratitude. Oh, it's going to take some time, yeah. Of course it will. It will take time. But the quality of your life and the quality of your experience of life as yourself in this year, it starts now. But you don't need to be like Thor and hit the hammer on the earth to shatter it, to make your stand that now I am not going to take any more bullshit. What do you mean? Everything is God. Nothing has been bullshit, as you call it. You don't want any more shitty days, huh? Are you talking about God's Day, Great Spirit's Day? Is that the day that you're calling that word? Meanwhile, your fertilizer, which you call shit, is why you have food. Your food comes from that shit. Huh? The words you choose will create your reality. If you see the fertilizer or the bullshit of life as fertilizer, then perhaps your garden will grow. Some of you will say, yeah, I'm going to use the bullshit to get what I want and to, forget about them. That is violence. It is a violent energy inside of you. It means you're still in a battle. The wise one that is listening right now inside of you, the one that you are holding back, the one that you are trying to decide whether you're going to let them lead you or not. The wise one, the magic one, the sensitive one inside of you, the free one inside of you, that you are testing out to see if these theories that you are learning in seminars and workshops and books and all of these things that you do, to test the theory. An aware being sees the magic of all situations, whether they are painful or not. One day you will leave this body and you will look at your body and say, that was pretty magical what I just did. You will. For some, the rainstorm is depressing. For some, it is salvation. What is 2024 going to do for me? You don't even know what is 2024. It's just a number to you. How do you make it real for you? Those who make it real for them, their reality will expand 10 times faster in a more positive way for them than anybody else. Examine yourselves. Examine yourself at this moment. Are you breathing? You're waiting for something? You're looking, trying to understand. You distracted? Wondering what's coming next, when it's going to be over, hope it keeps going on. What is it? You cannot be present? Why don't you feel this moment? It is up to you to feel something. Everything around you and everyone around you is what it is. It is up to you to feel something and see if you choose something powerful or magical or not. Where does your instinct go? Judgment? Boredom? Anger? You got something better to do? So do it. Whatever you do, it will be so that you'll get happier. But you can't be happier now. You need to do something else to be happier. And you want mastery. Or do you? Maybe you don't want mastery. You just want good things to happen. Hey, 2024 was a great year. Last night, did you say 2023 was a beautiful year of God or not? Wow, another magical, powerful, soulful year. Cheers to 2023. Did you do that? Did you say, wish it could never end 2023? It was so good. Wish it could never end. Did you do that? Hey, 2024, wait a little bit longer. Everything here is so soulful and powerful. I am blown away by the magic of Great Spirit at every moment. I can't even handle how much I am processing right now. I cannot even imagine another new year of more things that are being downloaded, transmitted, occurring in co-creation of my energy that has been timeless. What do you do if you didn't do that? Oh, I hope it is better. I hope. You don't need hope anymore. When you hope, there's a part of that hope that believes that something could go wrong. And that contradicts that all things are God. When there is an unpleasant experience, something you don't like, you're better off to say, this is a powerful and soulful experience I'm having. Try it. You don't need to keep saying it is so painful, it is so hurtful. You don't need to keep saying it. What is it doing for you to keep saying it? Why don't you try to say something new? Maybe it will create another reality, and suddenly you will say, hey, maybe this thing they have been talking about really is a powerful magic. I just tried it for a few seconds and I felt something get better. That little moment, it is so powerful, it is like antimatter. It can take down the entire universe that you created around yourself, a bubble that is probably not even real. And that is where the awakening happens. It is not what happens tomorrow, whether you get good news or what you call bad news. It is not then. And it's not in February, in March, and April, and June. It is not then. You say, oh, it is now, it is now. Calm down. Breathe. You don't need urgency here like that. Urgency, emergency all the time. You say, yeah, I need to slow down. Good. So do it. Eat your food slower. Chew it more. Breathe when you eat. Breathe when you drink. Pause. Do not be too absorbed in your technologies. They're good. Enjoy them. Be balanced. Everything and everyone has been a teacher for you if you decided. And they always will be. And always have been. And always are. That is when you are a timeless being. And that, when you are a timeless being, then you actually begin to enjoy. Oh, hey, it is fun to have a 2024 and a 2025 and a Monday, a Tuesday, Wednesday, 1 o'clock at 2:30 and a 5:57. It becomes fun. And not every day is your birthday, but every day can be your rebirth day. And it is beautiful and magical to see the phases of the moon the way your ancestors did. And to sing and use your voice for yourself because it is a natural expression, not because you're trying to sound like somebody else or trying to do something with it. You will lose your authenticity. It will no longer be a healing experience because it will always be about what you create and what others then if they react to it in a way that you feel is good or not good. The creative process is to recreate you. Your creations recreate you. That is why it is called recreation, recreational activity. So we say to you, you are more blessed perhaps than you realize. So begin to realize it. There is none of you out there who is not loved by somebody. Or many. There is no time, so it is never too late. It is always the perfect time to begin. Because there is a truth, a vulnerability, and honesty, a humility to those who create because they need to. Be kind to every part of your body. Take a moment, perhaps, when you go to bed tonight. Start at your toes and say thank you to each toe. Then go up the foot, then to the ankle, and go up every body part till you get to the very ends of your hair or the top of your head. Imagine your body says, whoa, they thanking me for once. Every part of us got thanked. All the cells will say to each other, whoa, they took the time. He or she took the time to thank every one of us. There'll be kind of a party energy inside your body. The entire reality, all of reality is you having a conversation with yourselves. God having a conversation with herself. And you. And it is all one anyway. It is one beautiful, endless, soulful conversation. Breathe through it. And you don't breathe through it to get to the end of it. You breathe through it eternally because the breathing of it through it becomes your nature. Bless you. And be well.
Whew. Hi, guys. Oh, that never gets old, man. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful and honored to always be with you guys in channel and to channel for you and to meet you when I can at my circles and to hear from you. I send you so much love and I'm honored to be on this path with you. Be well. Happy New Year. See you soon.